Great, I have passed my ORE Part 1 and now I'm preparing myself to sit the ORE Part 2. This is a great time now and it is a tricky time. We need to really think deeply and understand the situation we're in and don't rush any decisions. In this video, I'm gonna talk about the ORE Part 2, talk about the sections, about the exam itself, about the price, how much shall I expect to pay for the courses, for the exam itself, when shall I sit the exam, how long do I need to prepare? All of these questions I'll try to answer and cover in this video, so stay tuned and let's know together. Welcome back to a new video in my channel Dentists. Dentists is a channel that I have started about a year ago. This channel, the main reason and the purpose for it is to support overseas dentists to come to the UK, to start their journey, to finish their qualification exams, either ORE or LDS, give them advices, directions, career advices, specialty training, masters, immigration and citizenship. All of this we try always to cover and always have any updates shared on this YouTube channel to help people always have some sort of a North Pole where people will know exactly where to look at, how to learn, how to improve things and how to pass and save them time, money and effort. My name is Dr. Anas Al-Musli. I am a Syrian dentist, graduated from Syria in 2014 and I moved to the UK since then. And I'm still here doing specialty training, doing courses, helping people with career advices and career progression. If any one of you like the content and you want to know more, hear more about our channel, please like, share, subscribe and follow us on Instagram, on Facebook, on Dentists Who Desire Facebook page, on my personal page on Instagram, which is for dentists. And also you can subscribe to our websites, the educational websites, if you're preparing for the ORE Part 1 for now, and the ORE Part 2 later on, through the website www.dentists.com. It's not an I, it's E, so as part of tests, like we're preparing you to sit the tests for dentistry. And also for consultations, you want to speak to me about any subject related to the UK, immigration or reapplication, IELTS exam, anything, you can contact me on our channel here, or not channel, the website Dentists Who Desire, www.d-w-d.co.uk. Here we can have consultations, we can start your journey, even if you're planning to come to the UK on a student visa, on anything, we can help with that, and we can put you in contact and connect with people who can help you, because sometimes we don't know where to start if we're not in the country. So stay tuned and let's watch this video. Okay, we have passed the ORE Part 1 and now we are getting ready to pass sit the ORE Part 2. ORE Part 1, as I mentioned in some videos before, it's the theory part of the overseas registration examination, which runs by the GDC. Once we pass this exam, we can sit the ORE Part 2. Our name will be automatically placed on the ORE Part 2 candidates and we can book the upcoming exam when it opens. The GDC sometimes intentionally try to delay the results for the ORE Part 1 until the ORE Part 2 booking has closed. So they try to release it a bit later so people will be able to book the one after. So no one will rush the exam, and also they won't have even a bigger waiting list or more people to book the exam. As we're all aware of the ongoing crisis, let's put it this way, or situation with the exam booking, it's not easy to book the exam. There's a lot of pressure, a lot of people waiting to book, and the exam slots go by maybe seconds or milliseconds. So whomever press first, it gets the exam booked. It's the same thing for either the ORE Part 1 or the ORE Part 2. Even though the GDC is increasing the numbers of the settings, increasing the number of people who can take the exam, there's still a lot of pressure because a lot of people are looking at the UK as a big country, big leading country in dentistry, a lot of perfect and great universities, a lot of opportunities, people coming from all over the world, from India, Pakistan, even Australia, the Middle East, my country, Egypt, everywhere. So the pressure is still on. In regards to the ORE exam itself, the ORE Part 2, it runs roughly per year about 4 to 5 times. Unlike the ORE Part 1. The ORE Part 1 originally was running for like about 2 times per year, so April and August. This year, exceptionally, they said there will be another or extra setting which will take place in December. For this, increasing the number of people passing the ORE Part 1 will put more pressure on the ORE Part 2 to book the exam. Now, per year, there is about 1,800 people sitting the ORE Part 1, out of which maybe there's about 1,200, 1,200 students passed, and they would be all looking to do the ORE Part 2. Now, the ORE Part 2, number of exams run per year, it's about 4 to 5 exams. Normally, it runs on January, sometimes March, April, May, and September or November. It changes sometimes, like normally January, April, May, September, and November. So every year changes. It depends on the examiner's availability and the venue availability. There was like some talk that the exam would take place in September this year, but because there was not enough examiners, they said it will be in November. I'm not quite sure, don't take me on this, but like I haven't checked the most recent exams. How many places are there for us to book? There is 144 slots people can book. So times 4 or 5, you're looking at 600 to 800 places where people can sit the exam, which is compared to the ORE Part 1, there's always will be shortage and there will be people sitting and waiting for more slots. So the pressure on the booking system is still there. When shall I pass? Passing both parts, the ORE Part 1 and the ORE Part 2, should be done within 5 years from the first time we attempted to sit the ORE Part 1, regardless if we pass or fail. What does that mean? If I sat the ORE Part 1 for the first time in August 2025 and I haven't passed it or passed it, it doesn't matter. I have to clear the ORE Part 2 by August 2030. So 5 years from the first attempt, I tried to sit the ORE Part 1. That's how it should be done. Otherwise, your name will be taken out the list and you may need to resit the ORE Part 1 again and then pass it first and then think about passing the ORE Part 2. Now, the most important question, how much is the ORE Part 2? The ORE Part 2 was cheaper than what it is now, but now from about a year ago or a year and a half ago, it's £4,235 to be paid upon the booking. So when you click and you are lucky to reserve a slot, that has to be paid within 2 hours from the time you booked the exam. £4,235. This amount of money, if we don't pass the exam, unfortunately, we need to repay it again. Unless we fail in one of the parts, which is the medical emergency, we can sit this exam separately. Additional costs for this exam? Yes, there are additional costs, and this exam is the costly exam, which people should save up to and be prepared to spend some money. Now, let's talk about the courses. How much is it, and how much do I need to spend on courses? And do I really need courses or not? Now let's talk realistically. For ORE Part 1, ORE Part 1 is a theory exam. It's all about the basic knowledge, the dental clinical experience, but it's all theory. It's not like practical. There is no interaction like the ORE Part 2. So people can prepare for the ORE Part 1 and pass the exam without having any courses taken. We can study from books like Pink Book, Blue Book. We can study from old previous dental notes, from exam resources and previous questions like past questions and mock exams. Where do you study for these? For the ORE Part 1, you can study on our platform on Dentists. We are having now notes which is enough for you to prepare and study for the ORE Part 1 within a month and a half of preparation. So about 40 days we'll be ready to pass the ORE Part 1. Also on our website we've got the question bank of about 9,000 questions ready for us to study and read and revise. In addition to mock exam mode, where people can do a mock exam and have 3 hours timer to answer 200 questions and pass it. So on www.dentists.com or .co.uk, you can go there, subscribe. The subscription prices is not expensive, and study, prepare yourself for the exam. Try the exam mode to learn and work on the timely manner. For the ORE Part 2, however, is it enough to study from notes and previous questions? Unlikely. The ORE Part 2 is an interactive exam where you need to sit, speak to actors, which will be like patients. You have to speak to examiners. You have to do some actual practical exercises. So you have to use your hands. And without direct supervision and people with previous experiences and courses, you won't be able to pass this exam. So courses is a must. Some people may say, I want to study online and then do mocks, which is fair enough. This is a hybrid way of study. But in general, there are courses where you can prepare for the OSCEs, the dental treatment planning, medical emergencies, and mannequin. While you're doing this, you can then book the mock exams with the same provider. How much is it to have these courses? It varies. To cover all 4 parts of the ORE Part 2, you're looking at £1,500 to £2,000 to have all of these courses, which can take 5 to 8 days sometimes to do these courses, and it changes from provider to another. There is a lot of people in the market doing these courses: Tisam, EA Dental, MR Dental, Nasima, DDC, anyone. I don't know, like a lot of them. Myself, when I did my exam back in 2016, I did courses with Samson, which is not running the courses anymore. I've done some with EA Dental, with Ibtisam, and some with Nasima. I'm always appreciated of the experience I had. So you can pick and choose of the courses you want to do. And courses, most of them run in the UK. Some can be done in Dubai. But again, look further, read about every course and see what you need and if that fits within your budget. Courses, as I said, the cost is not including the mock. Mocks, you're looking at £200 to £300 per day to pay to these course providers. What is the hybrid way of studying? Hybrid way of studying is to maybe have some access to online platform where you can watch videos, have the resources in front of you, study and revise and prepare yourself, and have a study partner and study it together. Then book just a mock exam. So you go and try yourself with a mock exam rather than booking the whole courses. Will that work? Maybe for some people who's having issues, let's say with the traveling. Every time I need to travel to the UK to attend these courses, we need at least to spend about £1,500 between the flights, the hotels, the food, the transportation. So another extra fee. So what we're trying to do now with dentists in our website now, we're working on providing an online resources with videos of each OSCE station, of each dental treatment planning, medical emergencies, and dental mannequin exercises with guidance on how to use it. This will be available hopefully within the next 3 months. We're working on the content now and we're finalizing it. So that will be ready hopefully soon. So people can go in. Price will be way cheaper than what other providers are charging. You can study and prepare on your own time. And once you are ready, you can think about having mock exams. Maybe with us, if we start running this, maybe with other course providers, we don't know. Even I'll give you something and some heads up. The Royal College of Surgeons run OSCE's mock exams. So you don't need to go to course providers, go to the main place where the exam is run at. So Royal College of Surgeons do OSCE mock exams. And UCL, University College London, my university where I'm doing my specialty training, they do have mannequin mock exam within a week or 10 days from your exam. So you can have it in the place where the real exam will take place. Exercises which could become there. They may give you some hints of what to prepare for. So UCL can be a place. Royal College of Surgeons can be a place. You don't really need to have all of these courses. But of course, choice is to everyone. Hybrid way seems to be good, especially for someone who is not looking to spend a lot of money. Now, we talked about the cost of the exam, the courses cost. Let's talk about material. For the ORE Part 2, we need to do a lot of practice and practical exercises like dental mannequin. Dental mannequin is one part of the exam, one of 4 parts, where we need to do exercises on phantom heads. These exercises or the material, we need to have it and we need to buy it and set it up in our flat, in our house, in our garage, somewhere to practice. What we need to have a phantom head with jaws, like Frazaco jaws. We need compressor, we need a dental unit, dental hand pieces, amalgam, composite, consumables, dental instruments, anything we can think of, we have in a dental practice setup. At the time when I did it, I had my own setup in my living room where I used to turn my compressor on and sit for 3 hours every day, 3 months before the exam, to get my hands going, to learn how to do crown preps, to learn how to do cavity preps, to learn how to do fillings. So all of these things I tried to cover and I was practicing to get myself ready. Now the stuff itself, the compressor, phantom heads, all of this, how much will it cost? Roughly about 1,500 to 2,000 pounds. So about 2,000 pounds to get everything if we're looking to buy it new. There are some people selling it second hand. It all depends on the person, how much they are looking to sell it for, and the quality. Is it still clean and usable? Or like some people really destroy it and they don't take care of this stuff. So it doesn't matter as long as it works. Just like get something to get you going. Where do you get it from? You can get it from MR Dental, you can get it from Ibtisam, you can get it from or EA Dental, DDC, anywhere, even Nasima. All of them now provide these things. Or easier, if we're not based in the UK and we want to have our own setup in our own country, we can get it from Alibaba, AliExpress, Amazon, eBay. You can find these things, or from our local like dealerships, dental providers, dental directories. We can buy the composites, the amalgamator, the amalgam, the dental instruments, all from there. The only thing we need to always make sure we're getting original is the teeth and the burrs. When we prepare for the ORE Part 2, the dental mannequin is the main part that people fails the exam. To be prepared and ready, we need to really work in exam conditions and use the same almost material we're gonna have in the exam, so we won't be surprised with the quality of the teeth or the grit of the burrs. So the teeth itself, it's Frazaco teeth, which is screwed by like a screwdriver, not the magnetic one, not the magnetic jaws. There are other companies like Kevo and cheap ones from China or India. So be careful using these like fake teeth or copy, because these teeth sometimes are way harder than the exam. Sometimes it's way softer. We need something exactly how the exam teeth will feel like. At the beginning, maybe in the first month of the prep, you can try to use the same or like fake teeth, second hand copy, whatever. But when you get closer to the exam date, try to use original teeth and always learn to recycle these teeth. So when you do exercise on a specific tooth, don't throw it away. You can do 4 exercises sometimes on one tooth, or even 5. Like for example, on upper 6, which is like very common tooth to have exercises and practical exercises on it, is crown prep, full gold crown. If you do full gold crown, the tooth is not of any use, you have to throw it away. But if you do MO cavity, that's class 2, that's 1. You can do class 2 cavity OP, that's 2 exercise. You can do class 5 on the buccal. You can break the mesiobuccal cusp and then build it to be a cusp build up with composite. So these are at least 4 in one tooth. You can then, let's say, fill it all up with composite and then do a crown prep if you really want. Tooth number 1 or central incisors, the same. You can do class 4, you can do veneer prep, you can do crown prep, you can do class 3 cavity. So a lot. Try to reuse the teeth because it's not cheap. And that's where most of your spending will go. Now, every tooth, it costs between 2 to 3 pounds. And every burr, it costs between 4 to 6 pounds. It depends. It's getting higher. Like the prices are getting more and more. Like at my time, during the exam, when I did it in 2016, the tungsten carbide was I think 2 pounds and the 2 striper was 4 pounds or 5 pounds. Now it could be 7 pounds per burr. Someone would come and ask like, why do I need to use these burrs exactly? Can I just use any burrs I've got from my clinic where I live and work? The answer is no, because in the exam you only have this specific set of burrs. You can't get your own. Unlike Canada, you can get your own burrs and use them. But for the ORE, you've got specific set. This set, it's called the UCL set. That's what we use on our patients in daily life in hospital where I'm doing my specialty training. So that's what you're allowed to use. So try to practice on these. And always remember, don't overuse the burr. If you overuse the burr, it's not going to be cutting. It will be blunt. It will cause burns to the tooth. And you're not really practicing anything. And according to studies, the burr, after being used in cutting for about 15 minutes, it loses 80% of its strength. So it's not cutting really. So that's also we need to take into consideration. Maybe after 3-4 crown preps with one burr, we need to throw it away and get another one. So we're looking at a lot of consumables, and that can be 500 to 1,000. So in total, material-wise, you're looking at 3,000, exam-wise 4,235, and then courses another 2,000. So the exam, it ranges between 7,000 8,000 to 9,000, not including the traveling. It's a costly exam and we really need to spend to get things ready. I am trying, as I said, to make things cheaper for you by having courses online to be able to study on demand and not needing to travel to the UK, and you only travel, let's say, for a month before the exam, do a mock, stay in the country, and then do the ORE exam, then travel back. Now, an important question anyone would ask and should think about is how long shall I prepare for the exam before I think about book it? So the exam itself, we should prepare maybe for 6 months. The first 3 months is just like to get to know the exam, the techniques, the types, search in the market, know what courses to attend, what material to buy, get the stuff ready, get everything ready. But 3 months of real preparation is needed. 3 months before the exam is more than enough. For the OSCEs, dental treatment planning, medical emergency, it's easy. Like maybe 2 weeks of like revising and studying after, of course, attending courses, it will be enough. But the dental mannequin is the main part, which needs a lot of dedication and a lot of hard work. And as I mentioned, during the time when I did the exam, I dedicated 3 hours of my day. I used to come back from work, food, have a nap, wake up at 8, start working from 8 till 11 at night to get my hands going. 3 hours to do 3 to 4 exercises, because the exam is for 3 hours. If we spend longer, unfortunately, we'll fail the exam. What do I need to pass the exam? To pass the ORE Part 2, you should pass the 4 parts. The OSCEs, dental treatment planning, medical emergencies, and dental mannequin. If you fail any part, you fail the whole exam and you have to resit again and pay the same amount, 4,235, apart from if you fail the medical emergency. The medical emergency, you can resit this exam in the upcoming exam. So if you fail in September and the upcoming one in November, you can sit the one in November and you only pay about £500, 500-ish pounds to sit the medical emergency. And if you pass it, you pass the whole exam. That's the only exemption, let's put it this way, for the failure. However, anything we fail, we need to resit the whole exam. Preparation, as I mentioned, 3 months. Don't even think about booking the exam if you're not about 80% ready for the exam, especially in the mannequin part. There is a lot of, again, courses or groups where you can post your preparation pictures. Course providers will give you comments on that. But what really works more is getting your eyes also working on identifying the good preps from the bad preps. So this way you know when you did good and when you did bad, and you don't post anything you think it's bad, because it's bad to you, 100% is bad for other people. You know better by seeing more pictures. It's like getting your eyes trained, like when you do crown preps or when you do composite fillings. You see these composite now and you think, oh wow, that's good. This is like a lot of layering, a lot of techniques. So you know the good from the bad by time and experience. Where does the exam take place? The exam takes place in London only, no other place. Not in the world, not in the UK. Only in London, in UCL campuses. UCL is University College London. The exam runs on 3 days. Normally starts on Thursday, finish on Saturday, or starts on Friday, finish on Sunday. The 3 days, the first day is going to be the OSCE, which is done at the Royal College of Surgeons, England, which like MFDS exams and all of these exams take place. It's in Holborn, so Holborn Station. You get off Holborn and then you walk to the Royal College of Surgeons, that's in London. The second day will be the dental mannequin. The dental mannequin will be done at UCL in the Rockefeller building. You get out Euston Square Station, at Warren Street also. So Warren Street or Euston Station, you can get there and you get into the Rockefeller building. That's where we have the dental mannequin exam on the second day. The third day will be in UCL, but in different campus. It's somewhere near Tottenham Court Road. This exam will have, or the third day will have the dental treatment planning and the medical emergencies. So the exam runs on 3 days. There will be 2 patches. Patch 1, which have the exam on the first, so it will be Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And the second patch will have Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The same outline will be first OSCEs, mannequin, medical emergency, dental treatment planning. The first batch will have everything brand new, they don't know anything. The second batch will have the same questions the first batch had. So the first batch can help and pass the information, and people will start preparing. You'll have the same OSCEs, the same OSCEs and the same dental mannequin. The medical emergencies and the treatment planning is not the same. Even in the same patch, you have like different questions. So if you're out of the lucky ones, you're gonna be in the second batch. If you are of the ones which needs more hard work, you'll be on the first batch. But you still pass. There's nothing the GDC can do so far unless the new service providers which like won the tender, they're gonna change in September. We don't know. But this is how the exam runs on 3 days. At the end, the ORE part 2 is a big step and needs a lot of prep. Don't rush it. Study well, read, search the market, practice, try to have a study partner, try to have a friend, wife, husband, someone who can have a conversation with you, to act like a patient, to have your OSCEs, to have your dental treatment planning, to have your medical emergencies. So revise it properly. Try to have a study partner if you can. Attend courses where needed. Prepare yourself to spend a lot. It's not cheap exam, but at the end, it's worth it on the long run. Everything is getting more expensive. Everything is getting more complicated, but they only want the best people to come to the UK, best people to work, to live, to thrive. So if we're one of these, don't let the big obstacles and the money get in the way. Start saving, start preparing, and hopefully the success will be your partner and you start your journey here. We can then support you with anything. If you need any help with anything, consultation wise, ORE applications, university applications, master degrees, anything related to dentistry or immigration in the UK, please reach out on our social media, Dentists on Instagram, Dentists Who Desire on Facebook group. Everything is left in the description down below, so you can find these links in the description. You can contact me here on Dentists Who Desire website. You can go and subscribe and study preparing for your ORE exam. Even if you're thinking about the UK and you don't know how easy is the exam, you can just like subscribe here to Dentists and have everything to know how is the exam. Is it easy? Can I pass it? Is it doable? Everything is there. Thank you for listening. And sorry if it took me long to explain everything. If you have any ideas, if you've got any questions, as I said, leave it down in the comments below. And don't forget to share, subscribe, and like the video. Share it with friends interested in the UK, or maybe to start the journey together. And I will see you in new videos. Stay safe.